Hi, I'm Xiaoyu WU. I'm an RA in Mengtao Wu, and I'm from Japan. And I
Hi, my name is Jerry Singh. I'm the interculture aide for the McDonald Hall, as well as I'm the liaison position for the multicultural business program.
Uh, my name is Colin Thomas. I came from a little town in West Michigan called Rockford, and there's definitely a little bit of culture shock associated with that. But
some things that I noticed about the differences in social manner between the States and Japan. Okay, so first I was familiar with people asking me, "How are you doing? How are you today?" I could just answer like, "Fine, I'm doing good." But one thing that I kind of struggled at the beginning was American people ask me, "What's up?" And I didn't know what to say because I wasn't sure what would be the appropriate answer. And then as I interact more with Americans, I noticed they just say not much or nothing.
We shake hand a lot, but for example, like when you met with a female friend, we usually don't give a hug, because in Chinese culture we have to show some distance from different gender in order to respect them. But here in the United States, more physical touching. So even though if I saw my female good friend, we just hug it up and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
But that's also an important part of it. If you're meeting with someone who you want to have a professional demeanor with, you would shake their hand you just do the traditional.
Yeah, just as we all know that in China, even though the good friends, maybe people will just say hi and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But in America, it's different. Just like
So okay, yeah, it's this and then that. That's if you're.
And is that one?
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
can do that the half hug, I guess. But you don't want to do that if it's a teacher. You just do the traditional handshake.
Yeah.
If you're meeting a teacher.
It's how people interact to each other. So basically, I think in the States it's more casual, and in Japan it's more formal, which means when we meet each other in the street or something, we say hi, but then at the same time we bow to each other, especially if you're talking to someone older. But in the States, it was some sort of culture shock where I can just hug people, shake hands, say hi, say what's up, how are you doing, and all that kind of stuff really casually. So that's the one thing that I noticed the most.
That definitely related to the different culture. I would say Chinese culture vs American culture, because we kind of when we're born, we just kind of being taught in this way, and how we being taught about what we're supposed to behave. So I bet education is one of the good reasons for that, and also the parenting. That's how we build out the different culture, different manner.
I guess I wouldn't say more shy in general. I'd say that they, Chinese and Asian students in general, from what I've seen, tend to only interact with people maybe who they've studied with before they came to college, and they seem to have really close-knit groups of friends. And yeah, I think maybe what can be perceived as shyness when they have to interact with American people has to do with the language barrier. It's difficult to break that barrier down.
And there's one biggest part that I feel is so different is like our table manners, or even with dining out. Usually, some of the Chinese people, or probably I will pay for the bill for the entire group. But here in America, people were more treated like AA like system, that is in Chinese way, saying, but I mean, it's like everybody going to divide their costs and then pay for the bill at the same time instead of only one.
It's not required that if you go out to eat with someone, you say buy them a drink or pick up their tab for their meal. If you offer to pay for someone's meal, they'll might get a little bit uncomfortable because they think you're being too polite or something, and they would say, no, don't worry about it, I got it, like, please. But that's just a part of the etiquette. I think it's still...
I definitely think it's related to the culture. So, for example, like in Japan, people are really polite and we respect each other, especially the older ones. So, we have to kind of like change your behavior depending on who you are talking to, and that's just a part of our culture, which differs from the Americans.
So I would say the way hang out with our own people and compared to with a domestic student is so different. For example, in China, if we talk to at the beginning when we met each other, we're just going to be waving our hand and say hi. But in America, it's more like handshaking, or like different style handshaking, where we say, hey, what's up, bro? Or hi, how you doing? And this is like the first part that I need to like fit into the American culture and trying to adjust it to us. And also, for example,
we're all born in a different cultural milieu. And the way we interact socially with people, whether we say fine or good, might be we're taking after people we've grown up with our whole lives. Like, say in your house that you grew up in, your family would always say fine. You come to school and you say fine, and people might not understand your culture. Like, that's the way you've always said it. You're not trying to come off as disrespectful in any way. So yeah, I think it's deeply cultural.